This guy aspires to be like Mike. Mike Myers, that is. No, not the guy who played Austin Powers. Hello, my friends. My name is Eric, and welcome back to Carnage Reviews. Today, we look at found footage mockumentary film Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. Recently, it was announced that a sequel to Behind the Mask was officially underway, so I thought it would be a really good time to talk about this criminally underrated film. Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon was directed by Scott Glosserman. It stars Nathan Basil, Angela Goethals, Scott Wilson, Kate Lang Johnson, Ben Pace, Britton Spellings, Zelda Rubinstein, and Robert England. The film is a mockumentary, found footage film, and traditional narrative where slasher film villains such as Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, and Freddy Krueger are real people and have become historical figures. A documentary film crew is following around Leslie Vernon, who claims to be part of a local urban legend. He is planning to unleash a killing spree and hopes that he will become a serial killer legend. He walks them through his process and routine. They meet a retired serial killer who is a friend and acts as a mentor to Leslie. Doc Halloran, who treated Leslie in the past, warns the film crew that Leslie is not who he claims to be. What starts out as a fun exploration and adventure quickly takes a dark turn as the filmmakers realize Leslie is deadly serious about achieving his goal.
Holy shit. This is really happening.
Behind the Mask takes all these standard slasher cliches, such as the final girl, and turns them into reality. The slasher formula is used as a playbook of sorts for aspiring serial killers such as Leslie to use. As you can see, this movie is loaded with iconic actors. Robert England, who plays Doc Halloran, does a really good job in the role, and you can tell that he's channeling Dr. Loomis here. And it's ironic for him to be in a role like this because, well, he was Freddy Krueger.
Leslie!
No more. It ends here.
The movie has a lot of humor in it, and it is funny, but at the same time, it can be serious, especially towards the end. Nathan Basil, who plays Leslie, does a really good job in the role, and he's really likable in it. So likable that you can't help but root for him, which makes sense because in films like A Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th, Jason and Freddy are evil, and we know this. We know what they're doing is wrong and bad, but yet we root for them, we like them, we identify with them. Nathan Basil, to me, looks like a combination of Ryan Reynolds and that guy who plays Stifler in the American Pie films. He can be charismatic and downright funny, much like Freddy Krueger, and he has some of the best lines in the movie.
You have no idea how much cardio I have to do. It's ridiculous.
Why so much?
Well, you gotta be able to run like a freaking gazelle without getting winded. Plus, there's that whole thing of making it look like you're walking, and everybody else is running their asses off.
What I really enjoy about Behind the Mask is how it switches between this found footage movie to a more traditional film narrative. Once the mayhem begins and the film crew realizes that Leslie is really hurting people, they turn off the cameras and then we see them. I think this is interesting because up until they turned the cameras off, they were like us, just an audience, just observing what's going on, which is, well, the point of a documentary, really. By them turning off the cameras and us seeing them, they are essentially in the film now. They are a part of it. They have gone from an audience member to a participant. I'm so glad that this film is getting a sequel finally, though I have to admit, I am a bit concerned that perhaps too much time has passed since the first film, but time will tell. The first film leaves a lot of unanswered questions, and I'm hoping, based on the way the first film ended, that the sequel is much darker in tone. To me, logically, that makes the most sense, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon is a film of details, little details that become important later on. And for this, I give the film a lot of credit for being clever. If you haven't seen this film, I highly recommend it. I give Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon, 5 skulls. Have you seen Behind the Mask of the Rise of Leslie Vernon? Are you excited for the sequel? Let me know in the comments your thoughts. If you enjoyed today's video, please give that like button a good old schmack-a-schmack. Well, my friends, that's it for me today. I'm going to end things with a joke I found from upjoke.com. I was watching a horror movie and was screaming at the main character to not go through the door. My wife asked me what movie I am watching. She wasn't thrilled when I told her it's our wedding tape. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.